As part of efforts to support the government in attaining sustainable development goal, the non-governmental organization says it's committed to domesticate SDG as a club in secondary school in 774 local governments across the country as agent of development working with a mini mandate that is defined by logic, science, and data to develop the country. Kunle Yusuf, Director General of Civil Society Organization on Community Advancement and Humanitarian Empowerment Initiative, disclosed this in Abuja while addressing newsmen. He noted that the organization is working on four cardinal points, which is education, community development, unemployment, among others. Yusuf noted that the organization will be working on community development and humanitarian initiatives to coordinate, promote, supervise, and mobilize all registered accredited civil society organizations in Nigeria to work together for the purpose of developing the society.
Yes, we launched the program to support the government, the local government to do it. We have quite a number of Nigerians who are doing well, a lot of corporate social responsibility aspects that are ready to give us support to activities. And the first thing is to ensure that we domesticate SDG in secondary school. We want to make sure that from catch the brain from beyond. It's an initiative to identify with secondary school students and to domesticate SDG class. We have a club today. The club has been inaugurated, and by next year, all the secondary schools in Nigeria, through a pilot project, will be launching operational SDG secondary school. It's a way of catching them young and prepare development. And of course, the second one is no teachers, no development. No teachers, no development is an initiative created by CSO to identify retired science teachers who are not tired, bring them back to society, train them, organize them, and let them be teaching science and social science 3 times a week. So we are going to partner with a lot of agencies regarding Institute of Teaching, ABEC, National Secondary School Commission to make sure that this initiative sees the light of the day.
The keynote speaker and Director General of the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Study, NIPS, Professor Ayo Omontayo, who was represented at the event by Soji Adeyanju, stated that the role of civil society organization is to take collective decision to be the voice of the voiceless by holding government accountable in achieving a better society, thereby upholding rule of law by those in governance.
Governance itself entails accountability, transparency, rule of law, participation, which is also equated with inclusivity, and then effectiveness. What do we mean by all this? When we hold those who are representing us accountable for the resources that they have been given, to say how well have you utilized these resources. It is our duty as CSOs to perform this role of accountability, guaranteeing accountability. If we don't do this, we are likely to be running into crisis. And it is in our collective interest to make sure that this is achieved. Transparency in terms of having an open door, making everything open, not having secrecy when it comes to governance is part of the roles that we are expected to play. And of course, very important to everybody in terms of aggregation of human rights is the rule of law. Where there are no rules, they are not likely to be sane, as they say. But where there are rules, it is our duty to make sure that they are followed to the letter.
However, Chairman Senate Committee on Secondary School Education, Senator Lawan Adamu, noted that education is the bedrock of every society and good foundation. He said it is essential for the foundation development of every individual.
Basically, basic and secondary education is the key foundation of education, because if you don't get the foundation right, the building does not stand. So, when you get with basic education, primary and secondary school, you can go to any university, Harvard, and anything. But if you don't get that foundation, you go to Harvard, you go to Oxford, to really show this and so on. My committee will give every contribution to this very important group, and I'm happy to unveil this very important program.
Speaking at the event, Belgian ambassador to Nigeria, Ite, noted that civil society will key into working in SDG goals at all levels if governance from federal, state, and local government will help in domesticate actions on keeping governance in check and will be a welcome development.
So domesticating SDGs and bringing them on all the levels of governance is something we have on common and is very important. If we don't manage to get, for instance, municipalities work around SDGs, if we only keep it at the federal level, then basically we're not going to get there. If we don't bring it to the state level, and in Belgium that is regions and communities, we're also not going to get there. So this is why you would have specific CSOs in Belgium, for instance, who at the time of municipal elections were insisting that new local government coalition agreements would make references to SDGs as soon as the SDGs and Agenda 2030 existed. But also at the other governance levels, this is so important to have CSOs keeping the feet to the fire of government. You cannot leave them to their own devices. And that is true in Belgium and it's true in Nigeria.
Gbemiga Olamikon, GTV Africa.